Hello, good morning, or wherever you are, whatever time you're joining me from. And welcome. As you can see, today is a little different. We're going to be starting off on the mat. Basically, everything that we're doing is on the mat. So if you have an exercise mat, go ahead and grab it and join me on the floor. If you don't, then that's fine. If you want to keep it sort of clean and like you don't really want to just lay on the bare ground, you can set up a towel. That's an alternative that you can do. You can grab like a yoga mat from like the dollar store for like a few dollars, honestly. So it's a worth it investment in my opinion, because I use it in pretty much every video. But yeah, let's go ahead and crack on. Today we're going to be doing some Pilates on the mat, not reformer Pilates. We don't have that whole setup clearly, but we're going to be doing some mat Pilates, and it'll be a good one. We're going to feel a good burn in the abs and the legs. Yeah, it'll be a good one. I always love Pilates. Nice low impact. It's a good way to ease yourself into the week. It's a good way to ease yourself into doing exercise in general. So let's go ahead and get started with our warm up. So I'm gonna rotate to the side so you can see a little bit better. We're gonna lay down, and then we're going to stretch up and pull in our legs like this. So you just pulse, and then switch it over. Pulse it, and then switch it over. Just like that. Pulse, and then switch it over. Nice. So we'll just do this a few times more, because this is low-key an exercise. But we're just trying to do nice warm-up moves to get ourselves into the mobility of everything. If, as I say in general, and this applies to all of the exercises, if your mobility isn't as far as mine is, that's totally fine. Just go for the amount that you can do. We're just going to pop that on the floor, and then we're going to lay down fully, and then we're going to sit up and then rotate to the side. So we're going to sit up like this, twist round, and then stretch over to your leg. So stretch it back, roll down, and then roll up to the side, and like that. Kind of feel like one of those like old-fashioned dolls or something. It's like or especially like when you're playing with like Barbies as a child, it's like it's kind of like all that you would be able to get them to do. Be like, oh, I'm getting out of bed. So that's kind of how I feel like with this movement. And you kind of want to focus on going down one vertebra at a time. One vertebrae, I think is one vertebrae. And then again, sort of coming up one vertebra at a time. And then stretch it over. Oh, honestly, my legs are feeling stiff. And this week, we've got some leg work going on. Even today, we're going to be doing a little glute burst. So let's just make sure our range of motion is built up. Just because we're sat down doesn't mean that we don't have to do our arm circles. We always love to do our arm circles and our arm swings. Arm swings, I don't really think I'll do while sitting down, but we can definitely do our arm circles. We just really need to make sure that our range of motion, especially for like Pilates, where you are going to be going through a lot more range of motion than a typical like strength set. So we really want to make sure that our joints are well oiled and lubricated to move in all the ways that we need them to move. So let's just move our neck. So just look to one side, roll it down, and look to the other. Just feel a light stretch. And then roll it back. One side to the other. Just where my mic is on one side. I hope that my hair isn't bothering my mic. I'm sorry if it is, but because my mic is on this side, it's going to be a lot louder on that side than it is right now. My apologies, but that's just how it is. Okay, let's just do a stretch up and to the side and to the side. And now we're going to put our legs out, and then I want you to rotate. Okay, so you can put one leg down, and then let me show you from this side. So you've got one leg down, one leg up, and then you go to turn towards that wall. You're probably not going to be able to get all the way, but just start getting that range of motion. And then we're going to switch sides to the other one. I'll spin around so you can see me better. Of course, you want to see my face for the whole time. Clearly, that's how it is. If not, then I'm sorry. That's how it's going to be. Okay, so we're going to get started on our first set. We're going to actually have a water break in between. It is 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off, no repeats. So if you get to the end of an exercise and you're like, I really did not like that, don't worry. You don't have to do it again today. So that will be all. It'll just be once and then done. Okay, so I'm just going to set up my timer and join me back here on the mat for our first set. Okay, so we're going to be doing a downward dog to cobra first. So we're going to get up into our downward dog, and then we're going to push through and then back up. And then we're going to push our hips up, and then we're going to come back into our downward dog. Just clear off all the hair from the mat. And then push our hips up and push it back up into our downward dog. Just keep going through. We don't have a lot of rest in between our exercises, basically just enough to get into the next exercise. That's to help try and keep the intensity there somewhat, because these are low impact. So next up, we're going to do thread the needles. This is very low impact. So we're going to be on all fours, and then we're going to put your arm up, and then we're going to thread the needle down, and then bring it back up, and then bring it back down and through. So you can kind of see why I kept the rest time pretty short, so you just have enough time to get in to the next position, and then we go through. Okay, this should help with mobility through the spine, through the back, and the side. Okay, we get a short break, and then onto the other side. So this side, you're gonna see me come through that way. Stretch up, and then through. And then stretch up, and through. Honestly, I so love a good Pilates session. It's just so calm, it's relaxing in some way. I mean, it's not really relaxing, because you're gonna find later, you're gonna be like, I'm sweating so hard, this is so difficult, my muscles are shaking. But it's sort of like you ease into it, you know? It's like you kind of trick yourself into doing something that's actually quite hard by not thinking it's super difficult. So we're going to start on one side. So I'm just going to start on my left side here. I'm going to do a little setup. So we're going to do a side plank raise. So if you want to do it like this, or if you want to do full legs out, either is fine. I'm going to raise up. Oh man. Oh man. This is like where I'm not 100% sure how much talking I'm going to be able to do. I'm going to switch it to that one. I just find to be able to focus on the actual muscles that I want to work with this, and not just focus on my feet being weird. I find it easier to just do it like that. Next up, we have side plank raise. So the same position, we're going to be raising up our leg whilst we're up on that side plank, like so. If doing it with the side plank held is too much for you, just bring it down and do the side plank and just do the leg raise, okay? I'm gonna do it. If you're able to do both, crack on and do both. If it's too much, just go down. If you can start off with one and then it's too much, bring it down. If you then have enough and you think that you might be able to bring it back up as you're able to. There we are. Nice. Then we're going to do a side plank crunch. So again, in that side plank position, this time we're going to crunch up our leg and out, and then crunch it through and out. If you need to have a rest, you can hold it there and put your foot down. If you want to have maximum difficulty, then you keep your leg up the entire time. It's really going to work the legs, the obliques. Whew. This is a challenging one. Hey. But we got this, right? We can do hard things. Remember the power of our words, and that's of course linked to the power of our thoughts. I'm going to switch to the other side. You could just roll over, but you're probably going to want to still be able to see me. So we're going to do the side plank leg raise. So I should probably try and mimic what I did on the other side. So try and do some on this, on my feet first. Oh man, because whatever you do on your left side, you need to be able to do it on your right. Otherwise you're going to be a little wonky. We don't want to be wonky. I mean, it'll be natural that one is probably a little stronger than the other. That's fine. But we don't try and emphasize that difference. We try and get it back to like a balance, a good balance. Next up is the side plank leg raise. So if you need to stay just like this, then that's fine. If you can bring it up and do that leg raise. I should not have done some side planks yesterday. I decided to do a little extra workout. And then we were like, let's do some abs just to finish it off. Then smartly, I decided to do some side planks, not looking at the schedule that I had set up for this week, knowing that I was going to have to do it a day ahead. But there we are. We can do hard things. We totally can do this. Even if the sweat is already flowing. Oh man, I wish I could open a window or set the fan on, but we're still here. Oh man. We're doing a side plank crunch. So let's bring it through. So really try and crunch through that motion. I know usually I tell you to hold your abs in and keep them in line with your spine. Crunches are the exception to this, where you're really trying to crunch through, you're trying to bring your body into a ball, you know? And so that's the exception, is when we're doing those crunch movements. We have, I think, one other sort of crunch movement later on. Okay, good news, on to our water break. So go ahead, grab some water, and let's just enjoy a moment to yourself. Recalibrate, think about how we can do this. This is think about how you don't love me for these few moments, but it's okay. You'll feel great afterwards, and you'll be like, oh no, actually, I'm enjoying this. Don't worry. I'm gonna set up the timer because It's a slightly longer set. I shouldn't have told you that, but yeah, it's a slightly longer set in the second half. But we can do this. We can do hard things. We've got this. Okay, so we're going to start off with some fire hydrants. We're going to be on all fours. We're going to do a whole set on all fours. So this one, we're going to bring up our leg at a 90-degree angle. In this whole session, we're really thinking about our abs being engaged. So our ribs being in line with our hips, our belly button tucked into our spine, and holding that movement. So our torso should not be rotating a lot as we're doing this fire hydrant, because the emphasis is on the glute. So you're going to have to use those abs to stabilize you. So we're staying on the same leg. Now we're going to stretch our leg out straight to the back, and then we're going to do some leg raises. So just focusing on bringing it up. If your mobility isn't that far, that's fine. Just do what you can. We don't want to like really bend our spine back just to get a wider range of motion. If the range of motion is just to there, that's fine, because we're just focusing on the glutes working. So keep those abs engaged. Try not to bend that spine too much. Just focus on bringing that leg up. And then next, we're going to be doing bent leg raise. So this one, we're going to be up, and then you can push a foot, and then you're going to raise it up. So you're going to push it through and up. Okay? So this one, you will naturally have a bigger range of motion because that leg is bent. So, but make sure to still keep those abs engaged. It should just be stabilizing everything. That's what your abs should do in basically all of your life. Continuously just being engaged, even just to hold you upright. It is your abs that are responsible for that. Very important to work your core. Okay, now we're going to switch to the other side. I'm going to move like this. Fire hydrants again. So just make sure you're working your other leg. You can stay in the same position. I just wanted to be able to give you this angle for doing them. I think it helps show the movement a little better. But whichever one works for you. So just keep bringing that leg up like you're peeing at a fire hydrant. Well, I say like you're peeing, like you're a dog peeing at a fire hydrant. You should not. That would be weird. Please do not. That's not good for... It's just not good. Just don't do it. So you're going to stay on all fours. I just wanted to move my hair out of my face a little bit. Stretch your leg out. I'm going to point my toe. You can have it flexed or pointed, just whichever one you choose on the first round, keep it, because it's going to affect which muscles are engaged in your leg. So I'm personally just going for a little pointed toe. So whichever one is fine, just be consistent. That is the key. We're going for consistency. Especially when you're going from one side to the other, as I said before, you don't want to end up wonky. Okay, nice little rest. And here you're going to really feel both your glutes working, because you've already worked one side. And so onto that bent leg raise. You're going to really feel it, because, oh man, you can see that this foot doesn't know what to do. The other one is really easy and like controlling the position of it. This one is like, what are we doing? How are we doing this? Yeah, it's less aesthetic on this foot for sure. Oh man, I can really feel it. How much longer? Oh, good, almost done. Okay, good. On to our next set of things. So we're gonna do side in leg raises. So let's lay onto our side, and then we're going to bring our foot in front, and then we're going to raise the lying leg up. So I think we've done this before. But you're really just going to focus on bringing that leg up. It's really not going to be a big range of motion, but you are going to feel that muscle getting engaged all along the inside of your leg. It's a good way to make sure that your whole leg is worked out, not just the parts that are easy, like squats and things. We want to be able to do all of them. So onto our right side, and then we are not too far from being done. This is good, isn't it? It isn't too painful. Honestly, I feel like the hardest parts, I feel like the hardest parts are done, and then I look at like the last exercise and I'm like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I'm being a little optimistic there. But it's okay. We've got this, right? We've got this. Now, I don't know if you've checked out your Rhapsody of Realities for today. I would recommend that you do, because it shows you that Satan is a small boy. Satan is all jab, but he's not got anything going. He has lost the keys to death and hell, so he can't kill you. You're the only one that can kill you, Loki. Okay, so dead bugs. So we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. I'm just going to stay on the same side for this whole set. Yeah, like honestly, so Jesus Christ defeated Satan when he died, and we died with him. That's what the Bible says. And so Satan don't have anything. He just likes to make you think that he does, but he don't have anything. So if he comes to try and destroy your life, cast him out. Use the name of Jesus. He's higher. Oh, this is good. This is good. So just know that you don't have to be restricted to the elements of this world if you have Jesus on your side. So if you didn't catch what I'm doing, I'm opposite. I just switch sides. And you want to keep the leg that's not moving, you want to keep it at a 90-degree angle from your hips, and then at a 90-degree angle at the knee. Oh, this is a really good one for your lower abs, your pelvic floor, muscles, all of that. Really keeping in that belly button to spine. Whew. Okay, we're staying like this. And I'm going to do a reverse crunch. So legs up, and then you're going to pulse it upwards. So here you want to be controlled. You don't want to just fling your body around. You really want to sort of control that motion. As you can see, when I'm doing these movements, it's a bit harder to actually talk, because the breathing, I try and breathe out as you're doing the movement, and then breathe in when you're getting back into position. Okay, that is all of that. That's your lower back. Okay, now the final one is a bear hold. So bear hold looks like this, and then we're going to do side to sides. So you're going to bring it over, so your legs are just off the ground, just hovering up off the ground, and then you're just walking side to side. So I'm just using the full length of my exercise mat. Oh my goodness, this is a really good workout for your core. I should have really checked the framing again to see if I'm even straight in this, in the frame. But there we are. Oh my goodness, almost done. Oh, congratulations. That is the end of the set. Now we get to do some nice stretching. We just love a good stretch. I'm basically already in a stretch here position here, so we're going to start off with that one. So have your leg out straight, the other one bent in, and we're going to start off by pointing towards it. So bring your torso towards it, and then we're going to stretch forward. If you can reach all the way to your toes, great. If you cannot, that's fine. We'll keep our chest somewhat up, and we're going to feel it through the side, and we also should feel it in here. But to really emphasize that one, we're going to have to probably bend down and not keep our chest quite as upright. So now I'm going to do that, exactly that. Stretch it forward. Bring your back round, make your back rounded. And you should feel it deeper into the back of your legs. Oh, it's feeling good. In positions like this, I'm like, oh, I should probably shave my legs. Okay, you can't see it on the camera. Hopefully. Oh man, this is good. This is good. We love a good stretch. Okay, we're gonna release in 3, 2, 1. Whew, sit up, stretch it up. Now we're just gonna switch sides. So, other leg out, other leg. Oh man, okay. Torso towards there, keeping your chest up, and you're gonna feel it, as I said, in that. Oh, see, this one is like clearly the back of my leg is really tight on this because I can already feel in the back of my legs on this side. And it can be like that. As I said before, it's very natural for one side to get worked more, just even in your natural day to day. Think about like if you're going to take a step, you usually start on the same leg every time. So it's just natural that you're going to find yourself doing things like that. And now we're just going to intensify that by rounding our back. If you can grab onto your foot, great. If you can't, maybe grab the lower part of your leg or wherever you can actually reach. I find it easier once you can like grab onto it because you can sort of help yourself to actually get in a deeper position and feel a deeper stretch through that leg. Oh, I can feel it through my back as well. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Oh man. And then once we're done here, we're going to do some hip flexor stretching. We'll do the butterfly stretch first. Oh man, this just feels too good. I just want to stay like this. Okay, let's release. Okay, so up. And then bring your feet together. Sit up, chest up. And then just push your legs to the ground. And they should naturally start to fall more and more. If you start off and you're like, this is all you've got, or you can't even bring your legs in that much, you're kind of like here, that's fine. Go with whatever you can do. My mobility is not the best, but it's decent. You know, I've been working on it. So if you've not worked on it like in years, and especially this sort of position, like if you sit down at like a chair, a desk for your whole day, and you don't move a lot other than doing this, you're going to be quite tight in your hip flexors. And so this sort of stretch, it will be natural for you to not feel a great range of motion to begin with. But as you keep doing it, this is sort of a good stretch to just try and do throughout the day, especially if you work at a desk for your whole day or most of your day. So yeah, try and release those hip flexors throughout the day. help you with your everyday movement and just feeling good. Help with back pain as well, lower back pain. So what we're going to do next is we are going to do, what are we going to do? I'm trying to decide. Okay, let's do this one. So we're going to lay down onto our back, and then we're just going to bring up. So this is just like a quad stretch, but instead of doing it standing up, we're just doing it lay down, which also takes out that balance element. So if the balance is typically a challenge for you, this is an alternative that you can do anytime that we're doing a quad stretch, really. You can just bring it to the floor and do it like this, because then you'll really feel it in your quads, and you won't have to, I'm going to switch sides, you won't have to be concerned about, oh man, it's like words when I'm trying to do stretching, because the stretching is so relaxing. I just kind of want to stay like this the whole time. Just keep it relaxed. Oh man, just the release is too good. It's too good. It's too good. Oh man. Okay, and then this week we've got some leg work, so it's really good to sort of start off on doing some stretches. So we're gonna do your child's pose. So just sitting back into your heels. I'm using this to stretch out my arms as well. I worked out my arms a little bit yesterday, so yeah, I can feel them. Can feel them for sure. But man, the pump was nice. The pump was good. I was out here checking out myself, and then I was wearing a dress afterwards that I could see my arms, and I was just like, yeah, look at my arms. Out here flexing. You're gonna bring it to one side and then to the other. So just walk your hands out. And I'm going to slightly change the pose afterwards to be more of a frog pose, where we bring out our hips more to the side. So we're going to bring out our hips. I'm going to do it to the front because that way I have like the ease of the sliding from the mat. So you're just going to bring your 90-90, so 90 degrees from your hips out, and then 90 degrees at your knee as well. And then just sit back. You might be able to increase that stretch as you go. Today is not feeling like one of them days, really. Feeling a little tight. So that's what we've got to work with. And then after this, we're going to release, and then we're going to sit down, do one last sort of breathe through, and then we are done. And yeah, we've got a heavy set of legs. So bring it through, stretch it right up, and release. We've got a heavy set of legs on Thursday. So if you have dumbbells, if you have weights, make sure to have them ready. If you don't have them, then I'd recommend you can check out like Facebook Marketplace, Amazon, different places to get yourself a set. I'll just show you quickly what I have. We got these from Amazon, but honestly, you can find them on Facebook Marketplace, no problem. So these are in kilos. So 1 kilo is about 2 pounds. No, yes. So you have the bar, and then you have like this like adjustable thing, and then you have like the weights. The weights come in different plates, so that you can add in more. Mine are really long because there's a lot of weights that you can add on, and honestly, that's only really good for my husband. I can't lift that heavy unless we're doing like farmer's carries. Other than that, it's a bit heavy for me. But it does have the advantage of, because it's really long, I can hold it with just one. But yeah, you can get some. I like the adjustable, especially if you're not really sure what weights you can cope with currently, so that you can be adjusting them and trying out different ones as you're going. So that is that. So make sure to get them ready for Thursday, and I will see you then. God bless you.